Hello, we are Esther Trujillo, Natalia Vizcaíno, and Sara Sevillano, and we're going to talk about problem solving in motor situations and emotional autorregulation.
Content is divided into 8 parts. The first part, we're going to talk about the identification. Then we are going to talk about the relationship with the proposal, the expected learning outcomes, learning content of the proposal. Then the part 5 is like divided in 3 parts, which are the teaching resources, the different type of tasks, and the methodology. And then the activities, the 9 sessions, and last, the evaluation and the feedback.
Now we are going to introduce our project. Our target students are in second cycle, in fourth course, and the main topic that we are going to talk about are the basic motor skills, the mental competences, the promote daily routines, healthy lifestyles, diversity in physical and emotion auto-regulation.
Now I'm going to speak about the relationship with the proposal. So the main objective of the subject of physical education is to develop the motor skills by offering various learning situations and contexts.
Okay, about the expected learning outcomes, these are a mix of both problem solving in motor situation and emotional auto-regulation, but some of them and some examples are: we would like for them to apply problem solving strategies to overcome obstacles and challenges in physical activities. Then they should acquire the ability to enhance their planning skills and decision-making abilities. Also, we would like for them to learn how to manage stress, frustration, and pressure during physical activities, and foster persistence and recognize and understand their own errors, and their own errors and the others' errors, and to encourage self-awareness and emotional self-evaluation.
Learning content of the proposal is divided into terms, behaviors, and procedures. The terms that students should learn are problem, solution, motor, self-regulation, emotion, analyze, goals, resilience, and decision making. Then the behaviors that we ask them to provide are open-mindedness, active participation, respectful communication, reflection, and growth mindset. And finally, the procedures that they should follow are individual work games, coordination games, games with different type of balls, word games in pairs, and finally the team games. Special resources, we have the space like field or court, the equipment, balls, cone, and mats, the safety features, padding, nets, and fencing, the organizational features, store for equipment, makers for boundaries, and finally the accessibility features, ramps, elevators, and adaptive equipment.
Okay, so into the methodology, we find 6 points. So I'm going to talk about the 3 first points. Experiential learning activities. This can include physical challenges, group problem-solving tasks, role playing, for example. Cooperative learning structures, such as cooperative learning strategies, group work, pair work, and case studies that present real-life or fictional case studies that involve motor challenges and emotional relation scenarios.
Then we have the scaffolding techniques. These using scaffolding techniques can make us support the students, but what we can do is like over time we can gradually decrease the level of support, and that doing that we allow the students to become more independent, to more independent problem solvers. Then we have the reflexive discussions. These are conduct guided class discussion where students can reflect on their problem solving experience and emotional self-regulation efforts. That this part or this methodology is used in the cool down and reflection part. And then authentic assessments that can be, this can include, for example, performance-based assessments, project presentations, or self-assessments to allow students to demonstrate their understanding and application of the concepts.
The teaching resources part is divided into role of the teacher and role of the students. Into role of the teacher, we find the teacher being a facilitator, evaluating the student progress, and providing feedback and things like that. And inside the role of the students, we find asking questions, completing assignments, actively participating in class activities.
Okay, now the type of tasks that we are going to do in our physical education classes are divided into 3 types. First, the physical challenges that they require students to use their motor skills and problem-solving abilities to complete obstacles or overcome challenges. Then teamwork exercises that they are really good to encourage students to work together and communicate effectively to solve problems. And then finally, reflection activities that they are done in the cool down and reflection part that allow students to reflect on their experience and identify areas for improvement.
Now we are going to talk about the 9 different activities that we prepared in the sessions. So to start with, we have the adaptation circuit that has these 3 parts: obstacle wall, accurate throws, and balance of maths, and this is based on problem solving in motor situations criteria.
The second lesson is called Fostering Inclusive Connections, and the core part is only divided in 1 main activity, which is called the blindfold maze, and this session is following the emotional autorregulation criteria.
Then the lesson 3, it's called Be Agile, and it's divided into 3 activities: the human canon, the obstacle course, and the partner balance. And it's based on problem solving in motor situations.
Now we have the treasure hunt in groups. This activity is based in the emotional auto-regulation criteria because it includes the group and the control of emotions.
Then the lesson 5 is called the army and is divided into 3 different activities, which are called the circuit, the giant's jump, and the soldier. And this session is following the problem solving in motor situations criteria.
Then the lesson 5 is called Dance Your Feelings, and it's only a main activity, and it's based on the emotional auto-regulation criteria.
Okay, so for the lesson 7, we want you to design the lesson. That's why the title of the lesson is that you design the class. We have 2 parts, obstacle course and balloon keep up. And this session is based on the problem solving criteria.
Lesson 8 is called emotional self-regulation, and the core part is divided into 2 activities, which are emotion tag and mindful movement. And obviously this session is following the auto-regulation criteria also.
And the last session is called Playing Basketball, and it's only 1 activity, and it follows the problem solving criteria.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the learning situation. We have chosen 1 activity that the students are going to do throughout the course, and this is a weekly calendar. In this weekly calendar, they must write the physical activities that they have done during the week, and they have to put a sticker on every day of the week on how they felt during the day. So when they have done that, every Friday, the teacher will collect the students' calendars, and we will be able to see the amount of exercise that they have done during the week and how they have felt.
Okay, so for evaluating these learning situations, we will be taking into account different points, such as constancy when making the calendar every day, because it is an activity that has to be done every day because the teacher wants to do a follow-up of the student. So it has to be a constant pattern. And also we are going to look responsibility to bring the calendar to class every day. the use of the English language, and the engagement and participation, because the teacher is going to evaluate the student in their level of engagement and active participation in the project.
And now about evaluation, the percentages that we are going to take account of the students are the aptitude, that it counts at 20%, the class participation at 30%, the punctuality at 10%, the effort at 20%, and finally the assessment of procedures at 20%.
Okay, so to end with, we are going to see the feedback. It is important that we just don't say to students, okay, you did a good job. We have to provide them specific examples of what the students did well. So, so that they can improve, they have to know what they have done well and how they can improve the things that they didn't do so well. This will build their confidence and motivation. Also, it is important to encourage a growth mindset by emphasizing that learning and improvement are possible with effort and practice.